What's up, YouTube? I know it's Thursday. I know usually I'm not live. I'll wait a few minutes before I get everybody coming in here. I'll get a few other things going. A few minutes before I get everybody. That and that. Okay, I got everything set up finally. Who we got out there? So I got two people watching. Who have I got in the house? Is that Mike Hodge? That little Mikey Hodge? You out here trolling me, Mike? Uh-oh, no, it's Ed, the old tech guy. Oh boy, I'm in trouble now. Oh, it's Thursday. Oh, got to working on the riding lawnmower. Got that carburetor put on. Got the link up there for you Ed, if you want to come in. Showing on the StreamYard side, but not showing up on YouTube. There it is. There it's on the YouTube. Yeah, I got that carburetor put on, and as anybody watch the video, it's running good. I got a little bit of a hiccup in it, but I think that's mainly because I think with that older carburetor, there's something wrong with it from the get go. That thing was it was running way too rich. Uh, Constantly wanting black smoke. This one here, yeah, I'm not seeing the black smoke at all. So it might just have a lot of carbon build up in the cylinders and everything. I'm thinking run it and it'll start clearing everything out. So what you up to, Ed? Okay. Well, I know Jude. He comes on about 9 o'clock my time. I'm going. Yeah, I can probably do a short stream before he comes on. But hey, no problem. Work is work. I understand that. Oh, now I got that done. Now what? Really? I don't understand why I keep getting an email saying I'm live. Oh. Uh, Eric Schmidt from Harbor Freight. Do I really want to talk to him? Nah. Just an email. But yeah, Ed, like I said, it was I got that carburetor in yesterday, and if anybody saw the video, it's the exact same carburetor. Now, when they were making the original one, they probably they could have screwed it up. I don't know what was going on with it. Float could have been set wrong. Uh, Jets, I don't know. But all I was that carburetor on that engine from the get go, it was always running rich. This one here, I can throttle it. I'm not seeing black smoke coming out at all. I know Adam from Small Town, he saw the video, and Mark C. I appreciate you guys watching. What else I got in there? Shows I got 4 people watching me right now. I don't know if Ed the old tech guy's still watching. He might. Ed, you still trolling me? Huh? Huh? You still trolling me? Huh? Huh? Troll you back. No, I can't do that yet. It's not Halloween. Can't put on the troll costume. It's not. Yeah, it's not Halloween yet. But man, yeah, like it's as I'm telling that video, it took me what with the 20 minutes. It was only what I said with a couple of interruptions, about 20 minutes to get the whole thing done. Well, that's the kind of carburetor I got for it. But no, like I said, it's the exact same, no, name and everything on it. I mean, like I held them up. Like I said, it was identical the way everything hooked up. The only thing I had to do was for the choke and everything. You had that little plastic connector clip. And use the needle nose pliers to pull that plug out and put it on the new one. That way, when I put the choke arm and everything on there, the little lock mechanism would come down and hit it. But the one for the throttle, it was already there. That one was no problem. But I may wind up doing is I may wind up having to get down there and adjust on the arm, the cables themselves. I got the little clamp and everything. I might have to get down there and get them adjusted up a little bit more. That way, I get the throttle and the choke better. I might have to get down there and adjust all that. I'm not sure yet. I do know that I found out that only one blade was wanting to sit there and spin, so I doubt the top nut on for the pulley has come loose. I was gonna get out there and do that. Was like, hey, it's too damn dark out there. Screw it. So probably see about getting that done tomorrow. If not, try and get it done definitely get it done Saturday because I gotta get all this stuff done. I've just about got all the grass cut. So get all that done. Get the weeding, done in the areas I can't. What's up, Scott? How you doing? Got the link up there if you want to hop on here. I know it's not Tuesday. Jimmy, I know it's not Monday. It's not Tuesday. Yeah, I know. It's a Thursday. Why not? Bored. Crystal went to her crochet meeting and everything. I got done with all the other. Why not? Because I know that Power Stroke, he comes on about 9 o'clock. So hey, I can run about a 2-hour live stream. Let me see if I can get a hold of K-Jone. Oh, there's one. Now, I don't know. After what one wound up doing last night, should I really should I let him in on the stream tonight, guys? Because I don't know. I know he was wanting to, he was giving me a hard time about my cooking. It's like, I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep the cursor down there. That way, if he starts doing that, I can mute him.
Hi there, people. Thank you for having me, Mater.
Hey, no more about my cooking.
I know, because that was yesterday. It's not today, man. I know. Everything has a time and place, and today is not the place. But I gotta tell you this.
What'd you do wrong now?
No, I did nothing wrong. It's just that you were the first guys to give me a chance to go live, and I value that. And thank you so much. And just it was a joke, and I knew that you are a super cool guy, and you took it very well.
Oh yeah, I know.
And it's very funny. If you want to get me for that, I know that's the nature of the community.
Right. And so, do you know the reason behind that video I did about cooking spaghetti?
Please tell me about it. I just saw in the photos of it. Tell me the context.
A while back on the Three Toogles, okay? The one thing that Ed wanted, he made the comment, he said, the only thing gringos know how to cook is spaghetti.
Well, so sorry.
So that was the thing about with my that spaghetti cooking video and everything. It's like, okay, here, you know, here's my spaghetti sauce and everything. Here's the uh, uh, the meatballs I'm putting in and
Uh-huh.
everything. And it's like that was supposed, like I said, so he made that comment about the only thing gringos know how to cook is spaghetti. Hey, here's my spaghetti.
So that was a good one, but the ones in the Cheerios was a killer. Laughing twice.
Well, now that one there, that was actually what something that Ed came up with. That was one of his memes he came up on his
Oh,
right.
because I thought that it was because you wanted to do it like a statement as a joke.
That's what
Purpose.
Ed was doing. That was that was one of the memes, the memes and everything. And it was like, for me, it's like, okay, fine. I don't care. I'm going to take it and everything. It's like, because I know one thing. I still remember the one night.
Yeah.
I remember who it was he had up on his. He had someone up on panel with him. It wasn't Dewey. It was Kyle from KE Built It.
Yeah.
And had him up there, and there was some lady. I don't know who she was, but man, she was wanting to chew Ed a new one for roasting Kyle.
Did you know that I was looking for that video?
Ed probably remembers that, don't you, Ed?
Yeah. Hold on a second. I'm gonna change. Let me change my word.
Yeah, but I have noticed when I jump and Ed sees me, he jumps on. Yeah, we hear you. Ed.
No.
And Mater.
I'm coming in here. I'm coming in here to defend myself here for a second. Hold on a second. I make fun of Mater's cooking not because of his spaghetti, and not because I said that the gringos only know how to make spaghetti, which was a joke because I was messing with Mater. It's because Mater said roast me.
Right, I know.
When you say roast me to the Three Stooges, the council, and the old tech guy, then you are opening the door. It is a contract. You have agreed to be roasted going forward.
A verbal that's called a verbal agreement.
That's right.
And that's from Texas. You can do that in Texas, so you did the agreement.
Now, I'll play this. The night and everything, I kept telling Ed, hey, I'll bring the marshmallows and this, that, and the other, make some great, s'mores and stuff like that. He had me up on panel and everything. And what did I do? I went in, I got my jacket and everything. I put the hoodie and everything.
I saw that.
Burr, I'm cold. I need to be roasted more. It's not hot enough in here.
Well, there's something that is undoubtable. Is that you know how to take things and you have a good sense of humor. That's what I did yesterday, because I knew you weren't gonna took it offensive.
Oh no!
And you were laughing. You were stopping yourself for laughing.
Yeah, I know. And like I said, hey, I'll admit it. Yeah, it's all in fun.
Yeah.
I can take it. Hey, I can give it back too. I mean, I've given it back to Ed, especially when I asked the Magic 8 Ball. Is it harder than a fifth grader? And all 3 times it came back saying no.
Well, I think I'm on your blacklist for the next one.
Nah, I mean,
I don't mind. I don't mind. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like I said, it was all in fun. That's why I was saying, it's like, hey, should I let the guy in? Because after last night and everything.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, man. I didn't do this as a coincidence. I just recycled, but
I know.
Let's see how you take it.
Hey.
No, it's just funny because I didn't plan this. So yeah, dudes, when I drinking water, I do recycle the crystals of the sauces. Why buy something when you have a quality restaurant like
Well, I
to
mean,
drink.
okay,
So,
right now, I'll admit, like like when I make mole, okay, I
mhm.
get was it the Donna Maria or however it's said,
Please
the
pronounce that better because his Spanish sounded like diarrhea.
the diarrhea mole sauce.
Yeah, no, because you says like Moria sounded something like
Well,
that in between.
I think I'm saying it's
Please
like
give me more material. Please give me more material. This is great. Just giving me material. Thank you.
you're welcome. But anyway, you know which one I'm talking about, right? It comes in the little glass jars and
Mhm.
everything
Yeah,
with the.
like this.
No, it's kind of got the little lid on top. You have to take and pry off.
Yeah,
Okay.
like spices, like from
Right.
the spices.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Those are perfect little jars for like juices. And I think I've got about 6 or 7 of them. All I
Yes.
do is I wash them, take the label off, and it's like they're perfect little juice glasses. I mean,
Yeah.
the way they're cut and everything. I mean, if you look at them and everything, you would not think that it was something that came from a store and it had a product packaged inside of it. The way
Okay.
it's shaped.
Indeed.
So,
Okay.
but like I said, I like keeping them because, like I said, they're good for like breakfast. Like if you want orange juice or some apple juice, and not the apple juice that Ed likes to drink.
This is roasting time, man.
Yeah.
We are so roasting people here. Oh,
Right.
you gotta let me do this, Mater. It's for
What?
money. It's for money. Do you know? You know what it is?
Go ahead.
I'm in need. Give me money. I'm in need. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. Get down.
No. Do it right. Do it right. Do the Trump one. Money, 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 money.
Hey, could always do like Billy Idol. Here she comes singing moaning, moaning.
Man, I think Molly should take a video recording on BNet and put it on his channel whenever he comes up.
Yeah.
There is
It's
one
fun,
person that does in the coin community, and I don't go to her channel too often because she's on usually when I'm at work. But she goes, money, 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 rocket everywhere. I have a lot of different intros depending on what channel I'm on.
No, but I do it because I know you have a good sense of humor. You put your businessman face that is required, but you like to enjoy yourself also, and that's good, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Always.
That's a good
always.
quality. Yeah.
Well,
Now,
Always
now,
money.
I don't want to get too much. I don't want to get into politics at all, but I do got to say this because I think it's hilarious. Wouldn't it have been funny if like everybody in the government would just be cool, right? Like just all be friends. You know, they can disagree but agree at the end of the day.
I know.
And when Trump got in, he would have been like, "You're fired," and "You're fired," right? Like joking because he had a show where he would tell him you would get fired, right? It just would have been complete cool comedy to see people just be normal instead of seeing all the fighting that there is. It just would have been cool. It just would have been funny.
hey,
Okay.
this is not Halloween. I don't need to be scared that bad.
That's what I like. That's what I like about this channel. But Ed, I think you forgot something very important. I am not Mexican, but I am Latino. So many of the ways that you think, I think also the same, and I think that is noticeable.
I know one thing
Yeah,
that
money.
I would.
One
thing that I would have liked to see. One thing that I'd have liked to see with Trump, it would have been funny. Speaking of comedians, if Trump would have gotten in office and they would have been done like a president apprentice where he would just keep, you're fired. You're fired.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. But one thing that y'all mentioned is like what Ed had mentioned. It's like, okay, if something like that was to happen, I would have to be calling Ripley's Believe It or Not because I sure the hell wouldn't be believing it.
Well,
Right.
Well, something that Ed said, the government was like that. You know, when people are preparing certain topic and they go to the college, and they are the ones that agree and they don't agree, but they're having a mediation, but they're doing respectfully. That's how it was in the past originally.
Right.
So, Ed, you hit on the nail on that. I think, I don't know if you didn't knew, but that's how it was originally.
Well, yes and no. I mean, you look at Hamilton. You look at some of the old leadership back in the days. They used to have some pretty down dirty battles too, man. They used to yell. Hey, they used to be like, "You insulted my manhood. Let's go shoot it out in the back of the alley." That was the old ways. So, it's always been ugly.
Right, and to me,
yeah, the ugliness.
To me, the way things are right now, what we need to do is, with the way criminals are to this day and age, okay, I think what needs to be done is go back to like the 1880s or 1870s with the way the law and everything was.
I'm all ears, Mater. I'm all ears because this is not my forte. Go on.
But I'm saying is, okay, because back then, if you got, stealing a horse, the penalty was hanging. Okay? And it's like, there was no BS going around. If you got caught doing something like that, you got hung up by the neck. And I guarantee you, there wasn't as many people wanting to do any kind of crimes like that. So, like, right now, it's like, okay, fine, you do this kind of crime, make it more stiffer. Make the penalty a lot stiffer.
Oh, okay. I think more that community-like, but I think if I can speaking, because I'm openly speak my mind, and I think not everybody knows, but I'm a Christian, so I do believe in the Bible, and many people critique the Old Testament, but if we do the Old Testament things now by grace, it will work fine. But I don't know if you want to get into that matter, because this is your channel. I don't want.
Right. Well,
I could give an example.
You have to be careful with the Old Testament. Remember, God got mad a few times and killed. Not only did he kill the people that were doing the bad thing, he killed up to the third generation. That's why the New Testament came.
Right now,
right?
Hey, Ed, you're talking about that. I can give you two examples. Okay. You talk about that? Okay. Noah and the ark, where God had the flood over the entire earth, and look at was it I know he had all the
animals.
No,
the people going crazy.
I'm talking about with Moses when he led the people out of Egypt. He had all the plagues come along. Okay. I mean, they're Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yes, that's the best example.
He destroyed those.
But guys, you went too far away. I'm referring to Leviticus. Let me do an example. Leviticus has the laws, and let's say that someone stole your tools, Mater, your precious cobalt tools, and he sold them, and they're lost. They were in the Bible made slaves of you until the debt was paid, and 7 times.
Oh yeah.
And people see that unjust, but think about this as a community. How will you treat that person? You will have to speak about the problem. You will have to treat the person with respect, and the people will not go to jail and start doing the things again, because believe me, when the people steal and they make them pay for what they stole, they will learn their lesson. And that guy could be someone who pays the debt, and either way, you are like, already been paid. God bless you. Go your way. Or it could be a special person in your life. That's what I'm referring to. Not God destroying. I'm referring to the
Right.
lost. Right now, if we did that, imagine how the jails would be. They will be like empty because it was more community based. And when you had a slave, they had a time to sleep. They have two or 1 day off. It's not a slave like with a lash. No, he had his own worth as a human being. He just had to pay the debt, and 7 times. And normally, if the guy hitting that got nothing, Mater will have to give him enough. So he took out of his house. He had the ability to rebuild himself.
Right.
So
Juan, before we go too far, I gotta say this, because there's a reason why. And I know we're getting way too biblical here, but there's a reason why Jesus had to come and make sure to do that, because some of those laws then got corrupted, right, by the Pharisees and others, and they were abusing it. Take for instance the law of making sure you washed all the way up to your elbows. If you didn't wash up all the way up to your elbows, you were stoned to death. Oh, and think about the law of the children. If they talk back to their mothers or fathers or disrespected their parents, they were stoned to death. How many times did the Pharisees and others use those laws to punish people to make themselves rich and do that? Which is the reason why the whole New Testament came, right? And why Jesus put principles in place.
Yes.
Hang on, guys. Now you also got to remember, I'm also in a motorcycle ministry, okay? And I'm dealing with the church. I'm also a church elder. I am working on getting ordained.
You are a church elder?
I'm a church elder, yeah. Okay, now.
Congrats, buddy.
Now, you're talking about all that one. I can give you something else. Look at Deuteronomy 19. Very last verse. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, and a foot for a foot. In other words, whatever is taken from you, you get that back from the person that took it from you. And that's in Deuteronomy 19.
Well, that's what Juan was saying. That's what Juan Prats was saying, is that if somebody took from you, the ancient law stated that you had to pay it back plus 7 times more.
Yeah,
right.
Because of what?
Right. He was saying Leviticus. Well, I'm saying this is in Deuteronomy, still in the Old Testament.
Okay, guys. I guess I did say something and went a little bit like this. Let me clarify. Right. I said at the beginning, and I think you didn't hear it or forgot it, or you're just passionate, and that happened. And we're between family here, so there's no problem with me or with you guys saying about what you're discussing. I'm just saying, doing what the Old Testament did regarding to this, but by grace. Do you understand it now? No,
I understood
grace through the New Testament.
I understood it the first time, but what I'm just saying is that, unfortunately, what happens is you take you take the laws that were given to a people, which is what was happening, because the people in the ancient Israelites, they demanded a kingdom made on earth. When God said, "I'll be your king," they said, "No, we want a human king. We demand a human king." So they gave him a human king, right? And they put a king on earth, right? Which, remember, King David was, King Samuel, think of all the kings that were on earth, right?
Yes.
And how many times they abused those laws. So the laws, I get your point, though. If everybody would do their best to follow the principles that are laid out, because those laws were really based off basic principles. Love your neighbor. The principle of, treat others as you want to be treated, right? Oh, yeah. So when Jesus came, he just made those laws very simplified and said, forget all the laws, right? Because remember, the Pharisees tried to get him with, hey, it's the Sabbath and you healed somebody. Oh, you should be stoned to death. Oh, wait a minute, you didn't wash up to your elbows. And they try to get him on simple things like that, when the principle was more of, hey, what all the laws were about was to treat your neighbor like you want to be treated, love your neighbor, love others, right? It was all about love, and they were misunderstanding it, misconstruing it to hurt people. So I get your point. I get your point, Juan. Absolutely. But those laws have been implemented in other countries. If you look at how they're doing it, and they have gone awry. People getting hung.
Well,
think about the witches in Salem, right? How many innocent people were hung and burned? And again, that was not with grace. I understand what you're saying. But there's a lot of people that will take that the wrong way and be like, yep, you're right. Let's start stoning people.
Well, what you're talking about, people misunderstanding and doing things, that's sadly in history. Hi, Brandon. In history, that's a human thing because we are not perfect, that we always corrupt things, no matter how good the system. And that's applicable for every topic you want to say about it. But you coming from a Latino community in Puerto Rico, if you did something bad at school, the teachers could hate you well. And then you went home.
My generator ain't too loud, is it, guys?
Huh?
What generator?
No, it sounds fine, Brandon. Sure. Sounds fine.
Okay.
It sounds fine. But in my time was like, did you do something wrong to the teacher? Boom, bam, boom, bam, boom. Believe me, people were like this. And we someone was stolen. Hey, did your mom didn't teach you how to do things right? And they usually thought about it, and usually things would come to term. But the loving part have been distorted. But that's another topic. That's what I wanted to keep this topic. I'm not against you guys going off. It's just that I don't know if Mater wants to go other ways, but I just wanted to specify strictly because I know that many people and families that work this way helps out a lot of. But as I say, if they take all out of context, everything can go corrupt.
Oh, think of a society if they didn't steal, cheat, kill, lie, right? What a different society. You probably wouldn't even need money then, right? You wouldn't need half the things you need if people were honest.
No, man, you're talking about heaven. You're talking about heaven right now.
Yeah, guys, I gotta say something here.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to say hi to Breezy, Kim from Illinois. We got Renegade in here also.
Yeah.
And we got that weird guy across the pond on here also. What's up?
Do you want to read some comments also? Because people have commented it, and I wanted to say that you are the channel host, basically. So.
But, like I said, for me, I know we're getting on to that. It's usually a subject that's not brought up. But, like I said, it's just the fact that, to me, the way society is getting now is that, things are going for the worse, okay? And I don't know about where y'all are at right now, but Crystal went today. She took my truck. She had to do some errands with it.
Okay.
$75 just to fill it up in gas at $3.05 a gallon. Yeah. And I remember like a couple of weeks ago we were at $2.79. So with everything, and to me, I'm blaming everything on, as one person says, Mr. Potato Head up there in Washington, because with everything that's going on, they can't seem to get anything straight. And I've said it in the past. I'm going to say it again, and I'll probably say it again in the future. I don't care if someone from another country wants to come to America to live and be an American citizen. Okay. I have no problem with that, okay?
I think the majority don't have a problem with that, but continue.
But for me, the only thing I say is come in the legal way like people did in the past. Come in through immigration and go through the whole process.
Yes.
And not get your butt shipped all over the United States without proper documentation and everything. Yeah, like Kim was saying, $1.89 a gallon for gas a year ago. Okay? We had everything. We didn't have to worry about much a year ago because of this last election and everything. Inflation has gone up. Prices on everything has gone up. I mean, look at how much for a long time they were charging for lumber. I mean, a 2x4 used to be. I could go into my Home Depot or Lowe's and buy an 8 foot 2x4 for less than $2. And I think what it was one time it was what $14 a piece. That's ridiculous.
Here was like $2 a piece.
Right, I know, but at one time, like I said, I think late last year or something like that, it was around. Lumber got up to what
200% more inflation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But there was also supply and demand, and there was a big demand for it. Yeah, I can understand. Yeah, when there's a big demand, yeah, you get the price up. But if there's not a demand, you got a big supply, you got to lower your price.
Well, I could get in this topic, and I know if I look down, it's not that I'm not hearing you. I don't want to see the Brandon's lightning because I'm already very blind. I don't want to be blinded more. So pardon me. So
you ain't gonna get blinded if you're like standing and looking at it right now without my mask on. I would be blinded, but through a computer screen, it ain't.
You cannot get blinded even if so I work with lasers, and if you look at them directly, you can burn out your retina, right? But you can look at them through a screen. So you can put them through a screen and look at them through a scope, and some even have like special mirrors that will like drop down the potency, and then you could see the actual glass. So he's absolutely right. He can weld all day long, and it could get super bright, won't hurt you at all.
Right. Yeah, but you had to talk about it and made me say some more things. I have other problems in the eye yet.
Please don't say it.
Please don't say more.
No. Got it.
Okay, now, Ken, like what Ken was saying, okay? And I'm going to put it up here.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Right. He got 3 sheets of 1/2-inch OSB, $145 for it. Okay? So you're talking about almost $50 a sheet or something like that. When normally it's something like that's going to run about $15, $16. So yeah, something like that really jumped up.
Reading that chrome moly or whatever that they make those out of, it's good healthy for you.
Well, later there.
And Ken couldn't even get, he's been working on trying to get Patriot going, and he hasn't been able to buy the materials, all the steel and everything he needs to build the frame because it's getting bought up by everybody else going on a mad rush.
Yeah,
can I interject with something that's a little different, because I just got to say it because it's driving me nuts and my OCD won't let me let it go right now.
Go ahead. We need some wax for you nuts.
No, I just noticed that Kuhn Trucking did a video on nut wax. How he gonna make a video on nut wax? I'm the guy that talks about nut wax. Kuhn Trucking did a video on nut wax. I'm so mad. I'm mad at myself. I'm not mad at him. I should have made a video early on when I purchased it all as a shtick on my show, because I got the ballsy to the whole ball wash thing, and then I've got the nut wax, and I was supposed to make a video and put all the nuts and bolts and all together and then do it, and I didn't get a chance to do it. I'm so mad. So I got to make a quick short on it. Sorry, I didn't mean to change we could go back to the same conversation, but I had to bring that up because it's driving me nuts. Or you could talk about the whole tax thing, which is driving me nuts too, and I'm really biting my tongue here.
You guys started off this conversation a little bit ago, and you guys gone off talk of it a lot, but you started off about presidents, history, inflation, taxes, and it went biblical back here. And people keep asking, and just out in general, well, where did all this for the inflation, where did this all really come from? Now, if you know your history, and the reason I got into coin collecting and currency is because if you know back when Rutherford Hayes, Garfield, Arthur, you could argue Grant, Grover Cleveland, Harrison. See, all those were the presidents that were president of this
Sorry,
country.
guys. It's not for me.
Carnegie was big. Chase was big. You had his name's give my name with
Bell.
Not Bell. I'm not thinking of telephone. I'm thinking of the railroad guy. What the hell is his name? See,
Morgan.
you had Morgan was one, but it was another guy. He was ruthless as hell. And you had Chase backing them all. You had even then you had the presidents getting in their pockets. You had Carnegie, not Carnegie.
I think I know the president, Carnegie. But I'm looking for the name.
No, these aren't presidents. These were like one was really in charge of the railroad. One was really in charge of oil. One was really in charge of your that Carnegie is the one that did your oil that turned it into kerosene for clean light at night.
Right.
What the hell is this damn name? Oh my gosh, this is driving me crazy. He was in charge of the railroad, Erie, Pennsylvania, Erie Railroads. He had pretty much the monopoly of the railroads at a time. Carnegie had the monopoly of the oil. Basically, those guys that founded our country, what I'm getting at, is they started this whole thing, and it boiled up to the point, because if you guys remember in your 20s, the 20s is why they call it the Roaring 20s. Prices were good, people were making money, there was jobs everywhere, because it was at the height. The problem is, anytime you have something that good without a solid backing, you turn it into the greatest depression ever known to man in the history of the United States, which would be the Great Depression.
Vanderbilt.
And after the Great Depression, Vanderbilt. Thank you, Vanderbilt. That's the railroad. Okay. And so after that depression, you had presidents rolling in that were already getting their pockets greased, if you will, back then from Chase, because he was the main guy taking care of the country. Which you guys have seen before, bailouts. He was doing those at a certain percentage, getting it back from the government. Well, that turned into a political hype with the senators and Congress people of that time, which in turn didn't help us, because you got to remember, we didn't have Social Security back then yet. So that started turning into a problem. So when Franklin Delano Roosevelt showed up into office, he signed the Social Security Act. So the Social Security Act, they're like, okay, this is going to be a great thing. And it was a great thing. It is no longer a great thing. Hi, Mike. And so the Social Security now, the way it is now is not the way it was supposed to be intended. You pay into the Social Security the way he had it signed up, and you get your money at retirement, and you get all of it back. It just sits there. But now you have all these people, and when I say these people, the people that make our rules, the people that make our laws, basically, and this is a biblical reference, stealing from Peter to pay Paul.
Yep.
And so they're taking everything out of Social Security to pay this person, saying that we can get it back. So now we're in the largest Ponzi scheme ever known to man. And this is a world scheme now, because our money is not backed by anything. At least back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, it was still backed by gold and silver.
Glad that you're mentioning that money.
Wait. Our money is backed by debt.
Our money is backed by a promise that is as empty as a promise as a person that says I do, and that night left her at the altar. So
that's right. That's debt, right? Other nations say I owe you this much, so that money is worth this much.
And so you guys are talking about inflation and hyper this and hyper that. Yes, there is something to be said about Biden in office now, Trump in office. You could go to Obama. You could keep going backwards. But if you're going to start going backwards, you better get all the way back to Theodore Roosevelt and before then, when the presidents first started getting their pockets greased, which would have been Grover Cleveland, Chester Arthur, Garfield, Harrison. When Chase was greasing their pockets so that way Rockefeller and all them, they could have monopolies with the oil.
I know.
So it started a cycle, and this is where we're at now.
What money?
You could argue that it was Kennedy, it was Eisenhower, Kennedy was our space program, was our space president. That's what Kennedy was. Unfortunately, he is known as the assassinated president now, but he was our space president. He was trying to get the man on the moon through Kennedy.
Right.
That's what he was doing. Okay, so and you could argue with the Watergate scandal. You could make that argument. But I think that's just a little drop in the bucket compared to these men just started 100 years ago or 120 years ago that got our nation to the way it is now. So if you're going to blame one person, you're going to have to get a list and start blaming a lot of people because it just wasn't one man. Now, I'm not saying I'm for Biden because I'll be the first one to admit the guy needs to go. But that's not my...
Right.
I want the golden boy back.
I'm not. You can't just blame Biden. Yes, I can blame Biden for gas going from $1.89 to $3.50 that I'm paying. I know. Of course, I can blame. I can also blame him for all the shipping containers on the boats that are sitting out there of the ports that he can't do anything with. I could also blame him for a lot of other things. But if you're going to start playing the blame game, then you need to talk about Obama. You need to talk about what Trump did. You need to talk about Clinton, the Bushes. You need to keep going back to Reagan. You need to, because every president has done something wrong. No one person was, how everybody says Lincoln was our favorite president. Well, guess what? I'm telling you right now, when he freed the slaves, I bet nobody in the South said Lincoln is our favorite president.
No, indeed.
So you're right on. No disagreement there. Everybody lines their pockets a bit more. How is it that politicians are getting out of politics or when they finish their term, for those that do, and then those that last forever, but those that actually finish their term walk out with more millions in their pocket than they had before? There's no way. You shouldn't have more money. You should have. The only thing you should have gotten paid is $200K a year.
I do apologize. It went for so long, but to me,
money.
And I would be the first person to vote for this.
Years ago, they used to talk
can only go for 4 or 8-year terms, then a congressman should only be allowed to go for 2 terms and get him the hell out, or her.
Right.
If a president can only go 2 terms, then a Congress can only go for 2 terms or 6.
Hey, I got something I need to say. Mm-hmm. I did not have sex with that woman.
But you did with that man.
I did.
I
married her.
Well.
But years ago they used to talk. Years ago they used to talk about the fat cats, and I was like, "What are you talking about? Fat cats? What is a fat cat?" And I was like, and then when he started explaining it more about fat cats, then you start realizing, well, hold on a minute, we're all the working class, we're all the poor paupers, but they were the upper class or the top brass, which was basically taking all the money for themselves and putting it in their line in their pockets. They'd been lining their pockets for years.
That wasn't me.
Hey, Mater.
I can agree that. Yeah, like what Money's saying. Yeah, you've got people that got, they start off with, a little bit of money and everything. They get into politics, and by the time they get out, they've got more money than what they started with. They get richer and richer as time goes by.
I know all the responses. Sorry, Mater. I think, do you want to show something, Brandon?
Yes, I wanted to show LNR that I wanted the piece back.
Okay.
Hey, I'm going to put you on big.
Because the guy was there standing. I had to say something, Mater.
I know.
Yeah, okay. I wanted this piece back, and then I added 15, 16, some cheap wrenches on there for some decoration. And some
would you put some snap-on wrenches on there?
I was going to say the same.
No, those are SK.
No.
They seem US drop forge or something like that.
Oh, now, hey, that one on the other side, on the right-hand side, looks like it might be a Tecton.
Nope.
I said the right-hand side.
Taiwan, though.
Well, still could be a Tecton.
It's possible, I guess.
Or, hey,
the same factory.
It's either that or both craftsmen.
Right.
Sorry about that. My phone was ringing.
Well, guys, real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt here, but I'm at like 15% left on my phone, and I just came on here to defend myself.
No,
I didn't mean to go. I didn't mean to get into all this
marketing. You went to marketing yourself.
Marketing myself. Look at Juan Pratt's making assumptions about me. I'm not a marketer. I'm an engineer.
I didn't make an assumption. I said it.
I am an engineer. So, all right, guys.
Pues hermano, si te tienes que ir, saludos y que te vaya todo bien y Dios te bendiga.
Thank you. The same to you, my brother. Take care, guys. I gotta jump, but remember, Mater's Cooking is still.
Yeah. ¿Tuviste mi video ayer? Que yo hice algo así.
No, I didn't. And you better leave it alone. Leave it alone, Juan. But those of you guys.
Dale.
But everybody in here, remember Tuesday nights, the Three Stooges, the council meets.
Marketing.
They meet at 8 p.m. And stay tuned to Ed the Old Tech Guy for the latest, coolest shorts coming out in the tool community. I talk about tools, tech, DIY, and sometimes comics. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe. Talk to y'all later. Have a good one.
Bye, troll. Market. Well, what I wanted to mention was basically
I'm making sure I'm not seeing something. So sorry, you guys. You can talk. I'm just trying to see if I.
Yeah, what I was mentioning that is between money line, not money lines. What money was saying, is that I seem like I do something else, but I'm very interested in politics, and you cannot learn politics without history and diplomacy. And what I guess,
real quick one, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you guys see
now
that,
go
right?
ahead.
The 1953 is 600, right? I'm not the only one seeing that.
Yeah.
The price of mint sets has gone up. I noticed.
Is that for pennies money?
They've gone up. They are.
Money. I'm confused. Damn. Is that for the quarter?
That's for the whole set that I'm holding.
The collection.
That's what I was making sure. That's why I was over here the whole time, like making sure I'm not. 710. Yeah. We don't want to hear about your politics. Shush it.
No, 710 wants me to sing Barbie Girl. So go to Mater's Past Life, and you have a section there, and you can replay it all you want for free.
All right, Brandon, take it easy.
Yeah, okay. I
was Brandon.
Sure, I wasn't seeing. Right,
Brandon, so bye, buddy. God bless, and I hope that everything goes well. And I'm liking your project and your color choosing. You are more than Miss DI.
We got Alexander wanting to show. He's got.
What year is that? Give me 66 or 67.
What year?
66 or 67. I can't.
66.
I can't read that.
66.
66. That's and the gray sheet. Now this is where dealers want to buy it at. That's at $9. So that means we'd want to sell it for that one for about 15.
No problem, Brandon. So that's why we're here, buddy.
Those have gone up.
Yeah.
Now can I have my little moment here?
But no, that's why I got in.
Yeah, I just need to leave just before because in 1 hour I have to do house chores. What I wanted to say is that I know a lot about politics and I know why things are inflated, but this is basically the starting point. We need to manufacture to be smarter. If we have a cake, we need to be willing to slice it and give for each and everyone, because I have went to Harbor Freight and when something is special, I have seen someone with the car full of it. It was not Mater's, so don't let me in comments for him. It wasn't Mater's. And then also, a president can say, I will fix this problem. But what Money was saying in the line is that there are people who are in that category, and they are the ones that have to do the work, not all the president. That's what I wanted to say. If you want to say something more before I jump off. In Hi Cajun, it's not because of you. I have to do some dishes. I will be in the comments.
I'm just saying, if you're going to play the blame guy, you know, you got to go all the way back to where it started. You can't just start with, no, we're not going to blame the Cajun. He's a nice guy. Well, we can blame Juan. That's okay, because, you know, he likes that money song.
Yeah, I'm not inflated, dude. I just read and analyze like everybody else here.
Yeah, we'll just blame the Barbie girl in Tennessee.
Yeah, well, if there's nothing more to say, let me end this. My name is Juan Prats, working on a YouTube channel. We'll have content soon. God bless, and in God I trust. Bye, y'all, and thank you for having me, and I will be on the comments here soon. Bye, y'all.
Take it easy.
Pluta.
Pluta.
Bye. But yeah.
Hello, everybody. How y'all are?
What's up, Cajun? I was wondering when you were gonna be popping in here.
I just woke up 10 minutes ago.
I popped in before Cajun did. That never happened.
Yeah, I know.
Now I woke up 10 minutes ago. I was taking a nap. I had a good one.
I sent you a text saying I'm live and everything.
I don't bring my phones with me in my bedroom. And I can't hear. I don't have a text tone. I think I do. I might. Yeah, I think I do. I'm not sure.
So where'd
I
you
know
get
I don't have notifications on my laptop.
Huh?
Yeah.
Because if I would have notifications for every alert, oh boy, y'all wouldn't better hear my voice. All y'all would hear would be an alert tone.
Yeah. So, Money, where'd you get those mint sets at?
Where'd I get this at?
Yeah.
I got that from my wholesaler, along with I bought a bunch of 1 ounce rounds today. I bought 10 ounces of rounds.
Those 53s are expensive.
He showed $600.
And you guys are going to poop your pants when I tell you what I'm selling it for.
Probably around. I don't know. What'd you say, mate?
I'm selling it for half that.
Well, he said the book is showing 600, so I guess that means he'll sell it for 300.
Oh no, probably around 4.
That's gray sheet price. This is where dealers want to be at, and I got it for way less than that. This here, I'm selling it for 300.
Wow.
I was right, 300.
But
yeah,
normally
he's selling it for 300.
Right. Well, I hit money on the money.
But normally, when you look at gray sheet, that's where dealers want to buy at. Where retailers, where they want to sell at, is the red book. You know, somewhere between the gray sheet and the red book.
What's up, man?
I added a fire extinguisher to my tube card. What you mean, Shaggy?
We got Scott Keller in.
And then I picked some of these up. I got the Barber set.
Yeah, the American Series.
And then I got the Walker set. Then I got the 64 Kennedy set.
Nice.
Picked those up. I picked up.
I used to order the blank ones, the cases, and fill the hose myself, and then sell the sets.
And then
somebody was going out of business, had a bunch of them for sale.
I picked up an MS-70 Silver Eagle, first strike from PCGS. I picked up 2 MS-70 Silver Pandas from NGC. The 10 rounds. What else did I grab?
Hey, 710. Alexander, hello.
I think that's about it.
Forgot to tell you hi.
That's about it for now. I've got
Alexander, what's going on Facebook?
What it is I've started showing. I started showing adapters, right? And I had this guy has messaged me on Messenger or whatever messenger, and he's trying to be the big man, not the rest. Trying to tell me something that was handed, there was a genetic handed over to me when my dad passed away. My dad had this big thing about radios, right? And a lot of the things that he was teaching me way back then, it started making sense, certain things. So I started looking into a lot of things. But the other hobby that I have, I've done a lot of research on it to understand how the things that's changing, the developments that's changing over. And when somebody turns around and says to me, and he's trying to teach me that he knows better than me, but it seems to be that all you want to do on the Facebook groups is you want to put on stuff like training, doing electronic training, putting stuff on for sale, just to make, and it's all basically just to make money. And when you start destroying that, they don't like it, and they start attacking you, as in mentally attacking you, making you think that you know very little or nothing as in about that field.
What's up, Adam? Small town.
What's up, Mike Badger? Small town, Breezy, Ed.
Yeah, we got a good crowd in the house tonight.
Yeah. Patrick. I noticed in the comments earlier, what y'all was talking about, building something or something. There was a lot of comments.
Oh, we were talking about how inflation has got, gone up. Lumber, yeah, that was the main thing. Right.
I got Chef Scott. He got that deal cheap. He got 12 sheets of OSB and 4x4x8 posts for $190. I forget how many sheets I got, but my sheets, that $20 a sheet, 19 something. Okay, just call it 20. And 12 sheets, that was $220 plus my my posts, my 6 posts. Now the posts were cheap. The posts were like $11 a piece, $12 a piece. Those were actually cheap. To me, it was.
Right.
So, but $190. That's a deal. I wish, man, that would have cut a lot off my damn water heater closet bill, water heater shed bill for sure.
Yeah. Then I got into a massive history lesson.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, you can, there's all kinds of different reasons for it will cause inflation. It's not just because of one particular thing. There's going to be, once one thing starts, it's the ball rolling, and it, like I said, a rolling stone gathers moss. Well, that's the thing. Once it starts rolling, boom, 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 everything else is going to happen also.
Exactly. Okay. That's why I said that, because I touched on a lot of different things. I touched on Carnegie. I touched on Rockefeller. I touched on Chase. Then I touched on the high 20s, the roaring 20s, excuse me. Then I touched on the Depression. Then I touched on FDR, Social Security Act. Then I touched on the space president. Then I went to the Watergate scandal, and it kept going. So one thing, one ball, it's history.
Hey, you forgot
the peanut. If you blame one, you got to blame more than one.
Yeah, you forgot the peanut farmer.
There was an investigation down here, down in the South, as to why lumber, especially plywood, is so expensive. Because it's made, it's not like oak or cherry, wood or something, where the people that own the property can say, hey, look, I want this much for my trees and all that. These are regular old pine trees, scrub pines just about. That's not even good enough for a telephone pole.
Nope.
Okay, plywood is made from crap, not good enough for a telephone pole. All right. The tree farmers, the property owners, they're getting paid the same amount. This is what the investigation came out to be. The tree farmers, they never charged more. the loggers, okay, the loggers, people actually working the machine, they're not getting paid anymore. Same pay rate they was way before, you know, I'm not going to say what, but we all know what, a year and a half ago, whatever.
Right.
Before Potato Head.
The same, the truck drivers, same amount of money. Okay, the mill, the plywood mill, and we have one down here not far. The plywood mill is the one that's overcharging for the plywood to Home Depot.
And Lowe's and everybody else.
Yeah,
and all
the
the other
plywood
ones.
mills. It's the mills that are doing it. They had an investigation and found out why. Because hey, when something like that spikes in price for no reason, just because of whatever, it shouldn't have spiked. It should have went down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Someone
They had an
was
investigation.
Yeah, yeah, because Home Depot, Lowe's, any other lumber yard, yeah, when they get charged more, they got to raise their price. That way, they're making money.
Oh yeah, they have to. Correct. Now, the price of lumber starting to go down a little bit, but it's still $20 a sheet for OSB. Come on now.
No, it should be what, about 12?
It ought to be about 12 right now. I used to get it for 7. And then Katrina came through, then Rita came through, and now these two storms, it ought to be about 12 or 13.
Yeah.
These two storms didn't affect the price of lumber. No.
Yeah. Ken, you
Not
got
that
the
much anyway. Not that much anyway.
There he is.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Ken?
What's up, Ride?
So, Cajun, I wanted to add on to what you were just saying. You told about 90% of the story. I didn't want to drag it out that long. Yeah, the other 10% that most people don't realize is a lot of our actual lumber comes from Canada. A lot of the logging companies and stuff here that don't make the lumber in America, a lot of them make paper products. So with COVID and everything, they weren't able to ship it across international lines. So the logging companies that actually make lumber in America are the ones who took advantage of it and skyrocketed the prices.
Well, that's true in a way for
Yeah.
certain products. Like I said, we got a plywood mill down here. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. But he's saying,
out of 100 mills in the South that are steady getting wood from property not far from the mill.
Yeah, but there are some mills that, that Ellen and I are talking about, is the fact that they get their product from north
Canada.
of the border.
Yeah.
Right. So if the border's closed where you can't get anything across it, then yeah, the price is going to go up. I can agree
Not that
on that.
much. Not that much.
Well, then you got to get it from somewhere else you're going to get it from.
You got it from other parts of the country.
Yeah, but it's still going to cost you money.
Yeah, the trucking's going to go up.
Right. Because then
But I didn't say, okay, I'm not disagreeing with him. I'm agreeing with him totally. But I just want to point out the fact that not all the mills can get their supply. Down here,
Right.
it's, out of the 100 mills in the South, and then actual lumber, because Georgia Pacific down here, man, that's a huge place. I mean, that sucker covers, oh man, I wouldn't even want to try to guess the acreage that it's on. I got a couple of buddies of mine that retired from there.
So my hunting club that I'm on, we actually lease it from a place called Corbett. And Corbett is a logging milling company, and they own
They just like Bell Estates down here. They have a Bell Estates, and we used to rent property from them and go down on the Wiskachita River.
Everything they do is paper products. They will not, for some reason, do lumber. But if they started splitting it down the middle, where they did half lumber, half paper, a 2x4 would be 99 cents again.
Yep.
There you go. There you go. I mean, I don't mind paying $2 for a 2x4. You know, a pre-cut stud. I mean, pre-cut stud always a little more expensive. Because it's actually a wall material. There's certain materials that have to be true and straight. You can't be selling crooked wood because you can't straighten them out like you can like on a top plate when you're building a house. If you got a 20-foot length, which most of them come 16, 18 foot, you can straighten that wood out on top of that wall. You know, when you're building your wall on the ground, but your wall studs have to be true.
Yeah. Well, it's also the fact that wall studs, the way they do it, they get them cut to length. That way, you don't have to take a regular, 8-foot 2x4 and then measure, cut it. It's already cut to where all you got to do is have it right in the middle between the top plate and bottom plate. It's already cut to the right length.
Yep, you're 16 inches.
That's what I mean. Those are a little more expensive.
Yep.
Right. It's more the convenience for having it cut that way instead of you buying one and then having to get it cut down. But also, like Ken, I mean, have you been able to go out and buy more material for Patriot?
They've actually opened it back up to the public, just with the house and getting moving. I just haven't done it yet.
Okay.
So I'm actually once we sell the house, I'm buying a new chop saw, a brand called Evolution. I've done quite a bit of research on them. And Adam was Small Town. He said he had one and it was a good product. So I think that's what I'm going to end up buying. And then I'm going to go buy the material to finish Patriot. And then probably around the 1st of January, I'm actually going to start a new build on the channel. I'm going to make a replica of the mini bike from the movie Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, boy.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That ought to be fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that'll just be a little showpiece.
I don't know. Brandon actually saw your question earlier. I don't know if he's still in the chat or not.
Yeah, he answered. He said he didn't get it yet.
Okay.
So it should be either tomorrow or Saturday.
Okay. But did y'all see? Did y'all see the video I did earlier about the carburetor I put on the riding mower?
I did not get a chance to watch it. My grandparents actually flew in yesterday from New York, so I was down there visiting with them at my parents' house.
Right. I got it in actually yesterday. They actually got it to me a day ahead of time, and it's like I said, it's an exact duplicate. I mean, same name and everything. I do know that when I got that 708 originally, ever since day one, it's been kind of running on the rich side. So I get a lot of black smoke out the exhaust. This one I put it on, I'm not seeing it. So I could have actually had a bad carburetor from the factory from the get-go.
Very possible.
There could have been something that was messed up inside of it. I mean, the float could have been just a hair off where it was wanting to run rich. A jet could have been drilled the wrong size. Something. So right now, I mean, I've got a little bit of backfire in it, but I think that's mainly because of it wanting to be running so rich from the get-go. I probably have a lot of carbon buildup inside the cylinder and on the valves and everything. That it's probably going to take a while for all that to get burned off.
Okay.
And, now I will admit, like I said in the video, I know I let everything fit. I didn't do the proper maintenance. Okay, y'all can yell at me all you want. That's fine. I'll take responsibility for not doing proper maintenance like it should be. But I had a whole bunch of other things going on at the same time. And it's just the fact that one of the next steps is get the oil and everything changed in it. All right, let's see how long William can stay in the panel tonight.
How's it going?
What's up, William?
Not much. I'm gonna try it again tonight.
You don't want to give up, do you?
No, I ain't gonna give up. I even drove to Walmart where I get better reception. I'm sitting out here at Walmart parking lot. I get better reception up here. So
Wow.
I thought I'd try it up here. Ain't but a couple miles from my house.
Yeah. What's wrong, Money? Because I can see, with you patting your hand like that and tapping, you must be wanting to say something.
What's wrong is I still can't cash that payroll check yet. I still have it in my pocket.
You still can't cash it?
Tried again today, and it still wouldn't.
Damn.
We're going into the 5th day, and what's funny is, I just turned in my miles for next week because we're going to get paid on Monday. I talked to the supervisor, and my supervisor said, you know what? Screw him, because he's going to put all that money back in the account on Monday. Go Monday morning and cash both of them. Just say, go well. That's what I would do. So I said, yeah, that's fine. I've got money. I'm not like needing it. So, I said the only reason I need it is because I have 2 wholesalers still on standby because I'm getting all 10 of the 2-ounce Queen's Beasts from England set. I'm buying that, and then I'm also buying I've got one of my wholesalers holding a kilo piece of silver for me. That's actual coin in a slab, and so I need that money. So I will finish taking care of the rest of my wholesalers because I need my inventory back.
All right, hang on. We got an echo from somebody. I don't know who it's from.
Probably William.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mute people, and we're gonna keep going that way with process of elimination. Right now, there's only 4 of us we gotta worry about. Let's see what happens. Okay. Now I've got William. Well,
I still hear it.
Yeah, I know. I tried muting, but for some reason it won't mute. Oh, he dropped out. All right, now I'm getting some echo and everything off the Ken.
I think it's mine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Ken, it's on your end. Yeah,
it's on YouTube or
I just wanted to come up and make that comment about the lumber and stuff like that. I got to get some stuff ready, and then I'll jump on the computer and maybe be able to come back up.
All right, that'll work. I'm just trying to figure out, where that noise is coming from in the background.
Yep. So
but we wasn't, Eleanor, you wasn't echoing when you came in and talked about the lumber. It started right when William popped in. That's why I was thinking William.
Yeah.
No, so anyway,
that's what I was thinking too.
Like I said, I got 20 ounces of silver from one wholesaler because they're the 2-ounce chunky monkeys that look like the 2-ounce Iwo I got, but they're all the Queen's Beast in a wooden box set. So that's one thing I've got on hold. And then the other thing I've got on hold, it's in an NGC slab. It's a kilo panda coin, and it's a kilo of silver, so it's 32 ounces. So I've got 52 ounces of silver on hold because I can't cash this stinking payroll check.
Man, that sucks.
And I'm trying to tell these guys, and I'm so glad I've done business with them for so many years because I've even showed them both the check, and they're like, "Hey, we're not worried about you. You always come through. This happens." I said, "I understand this happens, but now it's making me look bad. It's making my company that I'm still trying to get off the ground look bad. And this is not a good way to start because somebody else can't get their payroll finances in line."
Yep.
That's how I always, if I go into an auction, I always make sure that I've paid it. I've paid the invoice. I don't have to worry about it. It's there's nothing that's actually outstanding. Because I hate that. As in, I'm like that money. I don't like things that's outstanding because it's your reputation all the time that's on the line.
Yeah,
hey, Alexander, no, what he's talking about his payroll check. He's taking his payroll check to the bank, and it's basically coming back to where he can't even cash it at the bank, that there's insufficient funds in the bank account.
I get it. It's money free thing with a company.
Yeah, because see, what I'm doing is I'm driving for medical transportation on the side on top of this. And I'm doing that to save for inventory and to save for a brick and mortar store. So I'm doing that. But this guy, this was supposed to be cashed Monday after 2 p.m. I'm still holding it, and it will go on Friday morning.
What about all your checks before that?
They have cashed. Now, here's the pickle. Other people have been able to cash their checks, and some people haven't. And it's not a bad check. They've run it through the checking account, the numbers, everything's right. It just says there's no funds available for it. So whoever was in payroll this week didn't put enough money in the account to take care of all the payroll.
All right, take it easy, Renegade.
And not that it's really anybody's business, but this is 1 week. Okay, that's 1 week.
Wow.
Well, yeah, you told us you was working for some real good money. I remember that. When you first started.
This is 1 week, and I have another one getting ready to come for about the same amount, if not a little more, on Monday again. So I'm going to have 2 of these. And I'm just like, you know.
If you watch Bigfoot's Purge video about me, he's right in what he said. I have been stacking up for the last 3 years. I've been stacking stuff up for the last 3 years, as in for this venture, as in to put this something aside, so I have a plan. So if ever the money stops and benefits that's coming, it's my income, it means then I have something to fall back on.
Exactly.
Right.
See, that's why I'm over here. Let's see. These are the half-ounce pieces. These are the 1 ounce rounds that are just
out of that check, that money showed, gas money has to come out of that too for himself.
Yep.
Okay, that's not all just work money. That's gas that he actually put in the car. He's got to take out.
And I pay for
oil.
my own gas. I pay for my own gas
and
oil.
I pay
for my oil changes, but the oil changes are about once a month, and that's like $20 here. And the gas is about $100 a week. So, and then these are my 2 ounces or more, you know. And then this here these are the silvers that are government backed, whether it's Maple Leafs, Silver Eagles, Koalas, Philharmonics, anything like that. That's what's in here. Or it's
so I should be doing the same as money. I should be doing the same as money, buying it as in silver, whatever. But I buy whatever I like. I buy clad, I buy proof. It depends what is in that auction on whatever day that I decide to pick.
And 710, here's the kicker on that. I have, and you know this because of being in, when I'm selling in trade days and flea markets and everywhere, I have Venmo, Cash App, Google Pay, Zelle. I got a bunch. What all I have? I've got PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Google Pay, Square, Zelle, and the list just keeps going. And he has those too. And he said, well, okay, how about if can I just Cash App your whole check to you? Or can I just Venmo or Zelle it to you? I said, yeah, that's fine. Now I've called the man. And when I say the man, I'm talking about the owner of the company, the man. I'm not going through the supervisors or anything else anymore. It's the man. And I've been calling and texting him all day, and now he's starting to ignore my calls. And that is when my patients go, okay, I'm patient too. Now I have none left.
And to me, I hate saying it, money. I know that amount is good, but you might have to see about finding a different job that you're guaranteed to have, paycheck that's going to be worth more than what it's printed on.
Well, yeah, and not just that, but everybody else has been getting their checks cashed. So the supervisor came up with the plan with me, and he said, this is how I do mine. Do not share this with anybody else, but this is how I do them. So if he told me how to do them, I'm not going to just throw it out there. But so there is a new way of getting them cashed and getting them done, because see, the guy that owns this medical transportation, he also owns a towing company. He also owns an auto body shop. He also owns, what's the other one that he does? Let's see, medical transportation, auto body, transmission shop, and towing shop. So he has 4 different things. And I said, out of 4 businesses, I think you should be able to pay me.
Yeah.
Yeah, transfer funds from one company to another.
Yeah, I said, it is not my problem of how I get paid. That is your problem. The problem is when I'm an employee and you're supposed to give me X amount of dollars for what we agreed on per week, every 2 weeks, per mile, whatever it is. That becomes that's yours. It's not. I said it's just like if I had employees. So if my first priority is payroll, my second priority is mortgage and keeping the lights on. But first and foremost is payroll. Because there are way too many laws out there for the, something. Oh, I've already had people tell me, good on you being patient, all the way up to you should have already gotten a lawyer the second day. I've had it everywhere in between. But like I said, everybody's getting paid. He explained to me his whole how he gets paid and everything like that, and I just shook my head and I said, then you should not have set it up this way. Because he pays his drivers every week, but a lot of his contracts that he has, he doesn't get paid except for every 2 weeks. I said, then you should have set it up that way and not weekly.
What's up, Mark C?
I'm Mark C.
So that's
money. I hate, like I said, I hate saying it.
That's why I'm over here trying to.
I know, but like I said, to me, if I was working for somebody like that, and they hand me a paycheck and I wasn't able to cash it, it'd be going. I'd be going out looking for another job.
Now most of this panel has met Miss Money. Miss Money looked at me and she said, it's a darn good thing that we don't have any bills for the rest of the month because you paid them all the first week. I made sure all the bills were paid before we went to the convention. So I paid all my bills ahead of time this month. She said, it's a darn good thing that you did that because something would be hurting right now. I said, I know.
Yep.
I'd be sat in that company and turning and saying, you ain't moving out of your office because I'm sitting here until you make sure my money's either on that table or in that bank or in that account.
See, now I'm a little bit more lenient because I told the dispatcher and I told my supervisor, I said I will work tomorrow. I said I will work tomorrow, but I will not. I said, until I get paid, that car is not moving again. I will work tomorrow because I don't want to screw anybody. The other drivers, it's not fair to them. I said, but I did tell him, I said, I'm not moving this car until I get paid. He told me that he would get it taken care of before the business day is out tomorrow. We will see.
Exactly, 17. You're bang on.
Right, 710. Yeah, there won't be a third time. This is the first. There won't be a second. This is the first. There's a second. It won't happen. No, because the way he used to pay his employee before I showed up, is he used to pay him by Cash App all the time. Every morning on payday by 9 a.m., he would Cash App everybody and just send it to him that way is how he used to pay it. Or PayPal, depending on what you had. So, and then he went to these checks and, like I said, he explained to me what happened, and if that was me, I would have already fired 2 people because he's got 2 people in payroll, and he was out of town, and he didn't realize that payroll screwed up this bad until we started getting a hold of him that, hey, checks aren't getting cashed, And then he just got into town yesterday, back home. And I'm sorry, I'd have been firing payroll people left and right, and I'd have got me some new people that could do a job. That's what I'd have done. Anyway, that's my rant.
Yeah, Shaggy was telling me earlier in the comment, hey, Cajun, I sent you a picture. I added a fire extinguisher to my cart. 2-cart. Well, I'm like, okay, he sent me a couple of pictures not long ago. Him or Stephen Doolittle, one of them, some fake coin, fake bar, bullion board. And I'm like, okay, what do you do? Buy a fire extinguisher, like a silver round or something, like a piece of art, silver art or something. I had no idea what he was talking about. Then he sent me a picture of it. He bought a fire extinguisher and attached it to his 2-cart in his shop, in his house garage shop. He's got a fire extinguisher. Very smart thing to do. Very smart thing to do. You never know when you're going to catch a little fire. In fact, I wouldn't mind having 2 fire extinguishers in my house, matter of fact. Yeah, you can't ever be too careful.
I will stand tired if I leave it to you. Oh, 710. Aw. Now, like I said, I told him on the phone, we had a 20-minute conversation. I told him, businessman to businessman, I understand it. I get that mistakes were made because you weren't there. But if it were me and my company, I'd be firing people. And I'd be going behind my employees and making sure that jobs were done. See, right now, it's just me and the wife doing this. So I just double check myself. She scans in the paperwork and organizes all the receipts for me and stuff like that. That's her job. Help me with shipping labels and things of that nature. I take care of everything else. Now, if I had other employees, you damn right I'm going to be double checking their work all the time. Because at the end of the day, that's it's finances. That's the heart of a business. It's finances, and you start messing up with the finances. That's how businesses can go bankrupt. That's how problems arise. All 5 of them. And don't forget about the spare.
Yeah, well, if it's underneath, you got access to it, but if it's in the trunk of a car, you don't have it. The little donut.
Yeah, the donut. Yeah.
That's a joke.
The little pastry.
Yeah, that's a joke of a spare tire. Man, cars go more higher in price, and the spare tire gets smaller. Man.
I mean, I understand the donut, so that way you're not stuck on the side of the road. You can get to the next town or whatever and get to a tire shop. I understand the purpose of a donut. But seriously, if you're going to give it a spare tire, give it an actual damn tire.
Yeah. Get something that don't look so damn dangerous. They look dangerous.
That's why they say
no, we're talking about a donut spare tire. Them little bitty donuts you get on a car. Man.
Hell, I know guys that used to love going out to the junkyards, and they would actually get one of those, and they'd put it on the left front tire when they were out there at the dirt track. And they would find the smallest one they could.
People around here have 4 donuts on their car. Oh,
I can believe it.
What kind of coffee are they drinking?
They ain't drinking it. They smoking it. And it ain't weed neither.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of like what Teach Marin said years ago. Man, I just met a cop a mile away, man. It's not like coffee and donuts.
And the judge smells like vodka. Well, tastes like vodka. You don't smell vodka.
No.
You don't smell that on anybody's breath.
No.
Yeah,
unless it's strawberry vodka, you know, with the flavoring, like strawberry schnapps.
Yeah. Oh.
Ed, I read your comment earlier, Ed, the old tech guy. I got the video up in the tab, but naturally I can't watch it because I can't mute my sound on my on the StreamYard side. So I tried, but I couldn't understand what the guy was saying. So I'll watch it later. Somebody, yeah, hey, everybody, y'all check out what Ed put in a comment. Can you show that? Made it?
Which one?
Go up a little ways. You see a big long comment from Ed. Show that one on the screen. It's about Clay Coon and from Coon Trucking, talking about the nut wax that Ed shows all the time.
That's been a while.
Yeah, but no, you can get. I got to it real easy.
Oh, I have to go this way to get to it.
Yeah, you got to go in your regular StreamYard chat to show it. You know what? Watch this. Let me do this. Oh, you got it. Yeah. Y'all help Ed out on that. Oh no, not that one. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah. That is the one. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Adam, not a problem.
Yeah. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, like I said, it was something want to get done, and just show that how easy it is. What all you have to do as far as changing out that carburetor on that 708. It is a little bit of a hemorrhoid. Because the only thing I find that is what makes it hard to do is you got to pull them carburetor studs out, because you don't have much clearance between the bottom of that carburetor and the muffler.
Just pull the
studs out. I'm gonna get off of here. I gotta go take a shower and head to bed. So y'all have a good night.
Where are you gonna take the shower to?
Well, this is a desert, so I can take it outside. We still be fine.
You gonna show it?
When they came down here, man.
Yep.
Yeah. They spent like 5 days up, something like that. In the mornings, they would get up and they would go for a walk down the road, like toward the historical district part of town. The historical, anyway, I'm like, man, what do you have to walking? I said, man, it's too hot to be walking. Billy said to me, Money said to me, and Ms. Money, man, this is like air conditioned to us, Well, I know I used to live in Tucson, but that was nice to me. The Tucson weather was actually nice because it wasn't humid. Yeah. But the weather in Tucson never got like the weather over there in Bullhead City. Tucson's a little more southern. You figured Tucson would be hotter, but it wasn't. It wasn't no 120 every day. I think it got up to 108 one time, 110. But, I got a little cool office trailer I could have ducked into too, if I wanted to.
Yeah,
but they said that was air conditioned, 90 degrees. They said that was air conditioned to them.
Yeah, we were walking out like, man, this is cool out here.
Yeah, but you see now, we didn't have any humidity neither. We had that cool front that came through right before.
Yeah, that was a good
day. It might have got a little muggy on your third day here or fourth day. It might have got a little muggy. You could probably tell the difference a little bit. But people from the arid state, like Nevada, Arizona, parts of Nevada, they can tell when they walk into a room that's humid.
Yep.
Just like that. They can tell just like that. Wow, it's humid in here. Feel that?
Oh yeah.
When me and Troy and Mario, we were the 3 superintendents on the job for that 6-story MOB. And they had a room on the first floor for X-ray, the MRI, and all that other equipment. It was a room for X-ray, MRI, and all that. It was right in between. They placed the X-ray part in between the MRI room and that X-ray room. So they had 2 X-ray rooms actually. So all that equipment in there, they shared that room for their equipment, and it had to be 48% humidity in that room for that equipment, and a constant temperature and humidity for that equipment to last forever, or a long time.
Yep.
And Mario called me and Troy on the radio one day. He says, Boudreaux, Troy, y'all come over here in the electronics room. We walk in there. He said, close the door. Okay, because they had equipment in there. It wasn't running yet. But he says, y'all feel that? Or he says, y'all notice anything? Do y'all notice anything? Me and Troy look at each other. Oh, not really. And, well, then Mario said, Boudreaux's not going to notice it. That's for sure. And then Troy caught on right there. It's humid in here. And it sure was. It was like 48%, 50% humidity in that room. And that low, or it might have been 60%, but that low of humidity, they can feel that down there.
Yep.
Because like during the monsoon season, in the summertime, the rainy season, in the daytime, it only gets to 40% humidity over there. That's it. 40%. That's it. Ask Money. Man, Money one time, he was getting a burger with his daughter, with Kiki, I think, and Missy showed me the video. It was on Facebook. It was Kiki's video or something. I forgot.
Yeah, it was
anyway,
Kiki.
Man, it was pouring down, storming, freaking raining. I'm like, man, I never seen bad like that in Tucson. I've seen a few rainstorms, but not like that. Man, I'm like, I was looking for a tornado somewhere, or here's some siren, but they don't have those over there.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, it's kind of what you guys would normally get, with your rainstorms. When we got one like that, that humidity jumps up, I'm like, I do not have Instagram. Actually, do I have Instagram? If I do, I haven't set it up yet. Yes, I have Instagram. I just got to create. I just downloaded it. It's right there on the bottom. I'm going to be setting that up tomorrow, because I'm going to start selling on Instagram too. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here, guys.
I know, Money's got to go.
You got to go.
Yep. All right, Money. I appreciate you being here. You take it easy.
You too.
Blue top.
All right. And for Mark, it was this my Cobalt impact driver. That's what I wound up using. I just had the adapter to go in this for 1/4-inch drive. Use a 1/4-inch 10mm deep socket. That's what I wound up using. Pull that carburetor off. Oh, when I pulled that carburetor off.
Oh, so you did get the studs off there?
Yeah, I had to that's the only way you can get that carburetor off is you literally have to pull, the studs and everything out, because if you don't, the bottom of that carburetor, the fuel bowl and everything, as it comes out, it's hitting on the muffler. So you can't slide it any further forward because, like I said, it's hitting on the muffler itself. So what I'll do is, beforehand, when I was pulling all 4 studs out, tonight what I wound up doing is I just pulled 3. I let the top right one in, That way the muffler come out, I can just tilt it up and slide it out the rest of the way.
I've never had a chance to work on a Predator, V-twin or single cylinder, big ones, lawnmower, riding mower. Never had a chance. Small ones, oh yeah, no problem. And I do those behind my back blindfolded because they just like a Honda. But I've worked on the small Predators also. But anyway, on the Briggs, and either single cylinder, twin cylinder, and you don't have to take the studs out. But no, you do. But you don't have to take the intake off all the way. But the studs are T15 or T20 Torx. The studs, the socket that goes on there looks like the head of a Torx screw. So actually you have two Torx screws coming out. The heads of a screwdriver. Torx T20 screwdriver. Yeah. Two screwdrivers sticking out, and then the backside of those are the machine threads to go in the block, or in the intake. So I have to use a socket instead of a male socket. I have to use a T20 female socket.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, on that, but on that the 708, I just pull the studs out of the intake. I don't pull the intake itself off. All I'm doing is I pull those studs out.
So what are the studs? Are they the two T20s? Are they 10 millimeters or what?
I just run two of the 10 millimeter nuts back on, get them tightened up where they lock, and then use that to pull the studs out with.
Okay. What are the studs?
I don't know what size. Okay, I don't know what size the studs themselves are. But
no, what head is on the studs to take them out?
There's nothing. It's threaded. It's just threaded.
Well, what's holding the carburetor on? Is it the air filter cover that's holding the carburetor on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I see what you're talking about. I see what you're talking about. You don't have room, so it's loose on the stud. After you take your air filter off, it's loose on the stud. Okay. Yeah, like a chainsaw. I'm picking up what you're laying down.
But no, what I'm saying though is, as long as for how long those studs are, when you go slide it off, the bowl of the carburetor is
hitting on something else. The muffler, in your case. Yeah, right. So I'm picking up what you're laying down. You got to take the studs out, then the carburetor just pop right out, no problem.
Right.
The studs are so long, you have that long travel.
Yep.
And before you get to the end of the studs, you got something in the way of the damn carburetor, and you don't want to bend your studs up because you're going to mess something up.
Right. Yep.
Hey, Joseph. Cajun, I caught some of the lumber conversation earlier. I work for one of the biggest lumber distributors on the East Coast, and we got lumber from all over the world. And when Katrina, now this is back in 2005.
Yep.
Hit, man, prices. Okay, we've got to wait on his next comment because he ran out of characters. That man, prices went crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, they had something else going on too. Before Katrina, they had a couple of storms, the East Coast, and that. Maybe prices went up and on it. Well, they did go up a little bit. I'll tell you what went up for Katrina was shingles, because in Mobile, Alabama, they have a shingle plant. 3-tab shingles and dimensional architect shingles. They had architect and 3-tab. Well, right down Mobile. Well, that got almost ruined. They just about had to retool. They got a lot of damage. They didn't have to retool for everything, but they had to fix the building and then, flood waters out of it and Mobile because, Katrina flooded Mobile pretty damn bad.
Well, we got Owens Corning here. and there's another place, but now I mean we got a couple of shingle manufacturers here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now shingles went up for sure. Shingles went up.
Oh yeah. But like one thing like what Juan is saying, come on guys, hit that like button. Because, I'm saying I got 10 people in chat and everything are watching right now. If I go over here to YouTube, it's only saying I got 7 thumbs up. How come I got more people watching and nobody's hitting that like button?
I don't know. How many people in StreamYard?
Well, besides you, Alexander,
how many likes? How many like buttons?
7. It showed out.
And how many in YouTube? How many watching?
9.
9? That's what happened. Somebody didn't hit the like before they came in the StreamYard.
Well,
or they just forgot to hit it.
Right. Well, I know I've had at one time I've seen 14 in here. But now what's really weird is if I go back and it's like I can watch, see how many people have watched the video, and I'm getting like 99, 98 people to watch it. I'm going, how come I'm not getting that many thumbs up on it?
Yeah.
That don't make any sense. Now, if you're going to come in and watch, at least give me a thumbs up. Come on, please. I'm not going to, you don't want me to beg, gravel on you, do you? I'll do it. I know you don't want me to, but I'll do it. But unless you want me to unless I got to put in a brass pole here and start doing some dancing on it.
I don't think your roof structure can handle the weight. Looks like your building's already leaning too much.
Yeah. Hey, I might bring down the house, or bring down the garage.
You might want to think about starting a little bit of work, a little electrical work in your garage. A little bit at a time. Buy buy a roll of wire. A cheap roll, 100 foot, 1 week. And drill your holes, and then next week buy another roll of wire, because you probably need 2 rolls of wire in there. Oh, you got some already. Well, then buy you some receptacle boxes and some receptacles, some good receptacles. Don't go to Lowe's and buy them ones for 80 cents or whatever. Buy the good receptacles for $2.50, $3 a piece. Them cheapo receptacles. Now I'm talking about the business end inside of the box. Get you the ones that cost about $2.50. I don't buy them cheap things. I don't buy them. I see what you got in your hand.
Yeah, that's what these are.
I know, but I'm talking about the business end of that box, what goes inside of it, the actual receptacle. Don't buy them for 60 cents at Lowe's. Buy the ones for $2 or $3.
Oh, you're talking about the outlet.
A receptacle, yeah. Receptacle outlet.
Okay. This is a receptacle outlet. Okay,
that's a box. That's a box. Oh, now he's going to show me some receptacle outlets. He paid 50 cents for.
No, paid more than that.
Good. Man, them things are junk at Lowe's. We had a homeowner one time on a new house saying, look, I got all the boxes receptacle, bought all the material themselves, okay? Matt said, I can't use that. Why? Because it ain't code. It's a quick repair until you get another one. That's it. Yep. He says, I'm not using them. I can't. He says, because in 8 years from now, that receptacle is going to go bad, your house is going to burn down, and you're going to blame me for faulty wiring.
Yep. Yeah.
And the guy said, oh, no, they're not going to burn up. Matt said, how much you paid for those? He said, 50 cents a piece. He said, I'm not putting them in.
The ones I get, yeah, like you said, the ones I usually get are the about $2, and they're the actual 20 amp outlets. I don't get the ones that are the cheap ones.
Yeah, because what you do, you put cheap stuff in like a shed or something, and you're like, well, I'm not going to be running that much power. I'm going to be running a light on this, Then all of a sudden you plug something into it that's drawing that's got a problem with it, and then all of a sudden, boom, it goes bad, and you got a hot spot right there. If you know what I'm talking about, it's a hot spot.
It's like for me, I got LED lights in here, so I'm not drawing a lot of power.
No, not at all. Not at all. And those outlets are good for lights, and that's about it.
Right. And the thing about with these lights here I got, these are the ones that are like I say, I got them from Harbor Freight and everything. These are the 3,000 lumen linkable, where you can get 4 of them linked together.
Right.
So I've got 3 of them put up, and I've got a 4th one I still got to put in. So no big deal.
Yeah. Joseph said, don't cheap out on the receps. Nope.
Yep.
They ended up something goes on all the time with them.
Yep. What's up, Miguel? Haven't seen you in here in a while.
What's up, Miguel Martinez?
Yep. But that's one thing about here. No, I'm not going cheap on any of the outlets. Like I said, I know for a fact that go with a 20 amp outlet, because like what you're saying, the cheap ones, those usually about a 15 amp. Okay, I'm going 20 amp, which is the biggest I can get.
Mm-hmm. Then you got the ones that are hospital grade, if you want to go even more. But you don't want to be paying $5 a recep. No. That's a little overkill. But you can get the 20 amp, the hospital grade, the 20 amp with the extra blade.
Yeah.
The blade slot. Okay. You know what I'm talking about?
That's what I get.
Oh, well, no. Mostly 2 of them are they straight up and down. Then you have your third ground plumb.
Right.
Ground hole. Some of them are, you have one that's straight down. The next one to it is your, you have your extra slot for a sideways plug. A 20 amp sideways. That's still called hospital grade.
Well, I don't have any of those right now. Usually when I've been buying mine, they're going to be over at Home Depot.
All right. If you see like a green dot receptacle, okay, it's got a green dot on it or what have you, that's a hospital grade.
Right.
It's going to have a little colored circle. All right, that's a hospital grade right there.
Well, I mean, I don't need anything like that here. All I need is, like I said, I'm just going with the 20 amp.
Yeah, and then you can buy hospital grade plugs. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That you add to the end of your extension cord, and now those are expensive. But I tell you what, if OSHA would ever come around to your job site or wherever, and they look at that, if they look at one extension cord out of your bunch and it has a hospital grade, they're not going to look through the rest of it.
Right. Well, like I said, for me out here, now if you saw how the wiring was beforehand, before I got started on it, you'd be going, what the hell were you thinking?
Probably. I said that about 7 years ago. I had to change out a box at a buddy of mine's mama's house, his grandma's old house, his wife's grandma's old house. And it used to be a store, okay? A store. And I could not believe how that store had that place wired. It was a general store. You walk in, you buy something, it was just a old country store. And in that neighborhood, all the kids went, got their candy and stuff after school. The school bus dropped all the kids off at the store, and they didn't have far to walk. maybe a half a block, a couple of blocks. And yeah, or a red one. Yeah, I think it's the red one, the red dot. I say green dot. I've seen some with green dot. So
Miguel, that's how my house is right now. That the wiring that I'm finding up in the attic, it's all aluminum. And
or silver, or silver.
It could be, but it's cloth wrapped. And all that cloth.
Silver was cloth wrapped too.
Was it? Well, it might be silver up there, but all I know is
back in the 40s and 50s, it sure was.
Yeah, but this house was built in about 1900s.
And before.
Right. Well, like I said, okay, the oldest I can date the house is 1908.
Okay. They had silver wiring back then.
Oh, it might be silver. I don't know. I haven't tested it. But I still got some of it up in the attic. I still got to get down.
See, back then, silver was so cheap, and it was the best conductor of electricity beside gold. Silver is the way better conductor of electricity than copper. And when they started making wiring, it was silver wiring, because you have to have money to have indoor electricity, indoor plumbing. You have to have money, or could afford it, put it that way. And they made a lot of wiring that was silver. All your mansions, your old mansions, and big houses, on the West Coast, San Francisco, all that was all silver wiring. And those houses. Certain people, one guy found out, he went to sell for aluminum. The guy says, "Man, this ain't aluminum wiring." He says, "I could screw you out of your money," but he said, "This is silver." They tore all the wiring out because they thought it was aluminum. Hell, they had the best wire known. And they tore it out and replaced it with copper. They didn't know.
Well, right now, the reason I'm pulling all mine out with all that cloth wrapping and everything is all deteriorating.
Yeah.
And I don't need another. I've already had one electrical fire in the house. I don't need another one. Plain simple.
Yeah. But a lot of people think this stuff's aluminum, and some of it's not. Some of it's silver.
Well, I guess I'll have to find out. I'll find out sometime when I get up. What's up, Gary?
Red line. What's happening?
Yeah. I know I've got some around. I just don't know where I've got it at right now. I thought I had some of it here in the house or in the garage. But yeah, I thought I had some of it in here, but I guess not. I know I haven't gotten rid of it, but it's somewhere around. Now I guess I can always take it over to the scrapyard, and they can always tell me if it was. Well, actually, if I take some of it over to the pawn shop, they'd be able to tell me if it was aluminum or silver.
Yep. I
can do that.
Do a stone acid test on it.
Yeah.
That, or if you got a small scale like I got, for coin scales that go in grams, you could cut a piece of copper the same length as a piece of that silver colored wire.
Right.
Weigh the copper one, weigh the silver one or aluminum one. If it's heavier than copper, it's silver.
You should be able to take a cut in it. use a blowtorch on it into a crucible, make it into a ball, and then get an acid test, and it shouldn't change color. If it changes color, it's not silver. If it's silver, it won't change color. It won't change color when you drop the acid on it.
Like I said, for me, the way they have the house wired, beforehand, or actually, as of right now, there's 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, all wired together on one 20-amp breaker.
Wow.
Yeah, and no, I'm trying, and so far I've already got, I've got the living room with the front porch all on one breaker, because the way it was originally the way it was set up was the 2 bedrooms, the bathroom, living room, and dining room were all on one 20-amp breaker. Yeah.
I believe it. Yeah. You know why? A lot of houses back then.
They didn't pull it off.
Right. A lot of houses only had maybe 4 breakers back then in their house.
Right.
But they had a lot of gas. They had a lot of gas too for their heat source. Okay.
Right.
Space heaters. And I bet you got some stub outs for gas heaters in every room.
Yep, I do.
Yeah.
But
that's
also,
how they got away with only 4 breakers. All they was running was a TV, lights, and a stereo, radio stereo,
right.
and a refrigerator. That was it.
Right. Well, of course, the original breaker box, Cajun, it had the screw-in glass fuses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what we had originally, and when we had that one electrical fire, they had to relocate the electrical box, the breaker box, and so the electrician, they wound up, my old bedroom, it got put with Romex, but for some stupid reason, they left the rest of the house with all the other, and that was up to code. And I'll place this. The way they got some of the other wiring ran, I looked at it, I'm going, what were you thinking and what were you smoking? Because they wound up taking one 20-amp breaker and actually, no, they took one piece of Romex, okay? They put the black wire on one 20-amp breaker, a single pole, mind you. Then they took the white wire and put that on another 20-amp breaker.
See, that's wrong.
Right, and this was done by a professional electrician too.
Yeah, he called himself that.
Right, and they wound up. We had 2 outlets in the house. Opposite side, one in my mom's bedroom, one in the dining room, and it was a 220 plug, and that I found out about that and going, hold on, something ain't right. I turned the breakers off to them, and I wound up changing it all out to where I put a regular 110 outlet in there into each one. So basically, I eliminated 2 breakers. So I've got 2 breakers that aren't being used anymore right now, because they're set up now as a regular 110. Oh, that's not good, Ken.
Oh man, 3 weeks before you can go to work. And you know what? That physical therapy is harder work than you doing at work.
Yep. Because they're really going to push you hard on doing that stuff. And yeah, Mike, I can understand. Yeah. But like I said, the way they've got this house, the house wired and everything, is like, oh my God. That's why I'll be glad when come winter time. That way I can get back up in the attic and I will get my mom's bedroom and the bathroom all on one breaker. What I'm gonna do is I'll tap in on that one breaker that because she had that one outlet in her room that was set up as a 220 outlet. Well, I'm gonna use that same breaker and power her room and the bathroom on, and then I'm gonna take a separate breaker, one of the other ones that I've got that's freed up, and get my room powered with it. And right now I've only got 2 electrical outlets in the whole room, but I'm going to add a third one. Actually, I might add 2 more. That way I've got 4 total. But one of them is going to be going in right underneath my window unit. Because we don't have central, air. We've got, just window units. So they're going to, I'm going to put in an electrical outlet that's dedicated just for that window unit itself. Oh, and what makes it bad? They're all Federal Pacific breakers.
Yeah, I dealt with a few of those already. You can find them. It's not Federal Pacific. It's something else.
Well, Federal Pacific's gone out of business.
I know. That's what I was telling you. It's under somebody else's name. I want to say Simmons.
I don't know if it
makes those. They expensive too, especially a 220. Especially the 220. Georgia Pacifics.
Federal Pacific. Yeah.
Oh, Federal. I paid $40 and some $40 and some change for a 220.
I think I know one time I had to change one of them out years ago, and I think it was about $50 to get one of those breakers. Yeah. And I'm going, damn, that's expensive. And
I thought 40 was high, but 50, that's a little.
Yeah. Hey, I saw one that it was $80. Okay. Now, what's
real a big funny? Breaker.
Right. But now check this out. You go over and look at a General Electric, a GE breaker, same size, everything. About $8. No, $8.
$8 for a 220?
Yeah. For a 220 breaker, yep.
Wow, that's cheap.
Yeah. That's why what I'm wanting to do is get all this wiring all redone and everything. And of course, the city can't know about it because what they don't know ain't gonna hurt them.
Yeah.
But what I'm wanting to do is get everything done and make sure I've got wire, enough extra wire there, and get it all tagged. We get a whole electric company and tell them, hey, I need you to come out and pull the meter. And when they do that, I'm going to pull all the breakers. I'm going to pull that Federal Pacific breaker box out, and I'm going to be popping me a GE breaker box in there, get everything put back in the way it should be with GE breakers, and tell the electric company, hey, come on, put the meter back in. Get it all done in one day.
Yeah, but they're going to want to know why you need to pop the meter out. Hey, electric companies are nosy because of that reason for the code. They're going to want to know why you did it. Because you have to have a reason to tell them, look, I'm swapping something out. Or if you got a tree branch right by your wires, okay, that goes to your weatherhead from the transformer. If you got a tree branch up there, tell them, hey, look, I need to cut this branch, and I need y'all to come disconnect, reconnect, when I call y'all. And when they see that tree branch cut, well, they're going to say, oh, okay, boom, they pop the meter back in. They do want to know why you want to disconnect, reconnect. They do.
Yeah, well, I just tell them I don't have a problem with that. But like I said, it's just the fact that I want to get away from the Federal Pacific because you can't even buy the boxes anymore, and you can't. I mean, yeah, you can buy the breakers, but they're so damn expensive compared to a GE breaker.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just saw it went live.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to get off of here. That way everybody can get over and say hi to him. And I know Crystal will be home soon herself. So like I said, I just wanted to go live since she had her crochet meeting tonight. And I didn't have anything else to do. Yeah, I got a lot of things going to be happening here during the winter time when it's a lot cooler for me to be able to outside working. North Texas summers, they ain't no fun to be outside. It's too damn hot.
So, all right, everybody, I'm out. Love, peace, crackling grease. I'll see y'all over on Power Stroke Jude side.
All right. See you, Cajun.
Blue top.
All right. All right, Alexander, I appreciate you popping in. I know it's early in the morning over there for you. Let's see, it's 9. So probably about 3:15 over there?
It's 3:20.
Yep. Yeah, because you're 6 hours ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Hey, I appreciate you being here, but like I said, I was doing this to, kind of killing a little bit of time until Power Stroke came on. So, everybody that's still watching, hey, let's do a raid on Power Stroke. Everybody get in there and let's, say, hey, we're doing a raid from Mater. That way, give him some attention tonight. All right, guys. Hey, appreciate y'all being here. I know it was kind of a surprise and everything. So, I guess till next time, y'all have a good night and God bless. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.